And with my business, I'm not doing that. If I make you a deal and I make you a price and I say we're closing on 30 days, that's what I'm doing. So I'm keeping it real and providing good service.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Real Estate Pro Show. I'm your host, Erika, and today I am so excited to be joined by Patrick ODonnell. He is a powerhouse in the real estate space. Patrick, it's so great to have you on the show today.
I really appreciate you having me on, Erika. Thank you very much.
So Patrick, let's dive on in. For our audience who may not know your story, give us the rundown. How did you get started in the real estate world?
I was formerly in the restaurant business for 20 years, and it was getting a bit old, as was I. I was about 37, 38 at the time, and I knew I wanted out. I was going to buy a bar club, but kind of fell sideways. So I was always good with people, and I like people. And I thought, you know something, I wouldn't mind getting my real estate license. Basically, off I went out, done the test, passed it, and I go, what next? And that was my start 23 years ago. 24 years ago.
Awesome. And today, what's your main focus these days and what markets are you operating in?
Okay, so for the first 7 years, I started out mainly as a buyer's agent. And but in that time, because I loved the business so much, I started a franchise. And if they were handing out gold medals for the worst time to open up a franchise, I was the Michael Phelps. I was losing my shirt for 3 years in a row. And I started my own franchise. It was called Landmark Real Estate. And as much as people think the real estate market was going sideways in 2006 and 7, it actually started in 2005, where sometimes I was scared to turn on the radio because everything was just going sideways. I was losing $9,000 a month. It was a tough time, and that continued that way for about 3 years. And then I made some significant changes, and I went from the big flashy office and down to a small office, and then I combined forces with another partner in my local area, and all of a sudden became a big player overnight. Went from 30 agents to 60 agents, and then it just led on from there. Then we ended up with 5 offices spread throughout the state in different parts: downtown Boston, Somerville, Westboro, and Quincy. And we were big players, and then we had an opportunity to sell our business, our franchise, back in 2016 to Carrington Real Estate. They bought us up. I stayed on with them for 2 years, and then I decided to go on my own as a solo agent with Keller Williams.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
And I've been with them since. Prior to Keller Williams, I started a flipping franchise, We Buy Ugly Houses, back in 2011. So that really trained me a lot because I thought if the real estate market goes sideways, I can always flip homes. And I'm not a real handy guy, but they taught me a lot, taught me what the mass of people want and all the rest. And then I get into the flipping business. It's kind of like having, I'd say, a pizza shop and adding a roast beef sandwich to it if your pizza's not that great. So here we are today and never look back.
Awesome, awesome. And when you said that you got help with when it came to the flipping houses, were you talking about Keller Williams?
Well, Keller Williams would have helped me out for that, but I would say more with Home Investors as the national franchise. We buy ugly houses, and they
Mhm.
really have a book on really this is what you need to do. You go to Dallas for a week on the training course, which I put off for like a year because I thought I don't know that I know how to buy a house. I need to know how to sell a house. I don't need that. It was a huge mistake. I should have done it from day one because there's a whole different animal and how you do buy these properties, how you get them, also how you fix them, and it's not for your personal taste. So I learned all these vital things all along the way. And to date, I probably do about 4 or 5 homes a year. I think the last one I done was number 75.
Awesome. And you've with all your experience that you've had so far, what kind of advice would you give to someone who's just getting started in real estate?
First of all, is choose for real estate. You want to choose a large company that's going to give you lots of training. There's no question about it. There's multiple out there: Caldwell Banker, Keller Williams, probably Real Brokerage, but and somewhere where there's an actual physical office to go to, so that you're surrounding yourself with other players in the office. Because it's like anything else. You don't know diddly squat about real estate, right? Or any job. There's training involved. And I'm not just because I work for Keller Williams, but they are very, very good at training newbies. I kind of wish I had went to them from day one, 22 years ago, 23 years ago. Uh, the training is critical to your success.
Yeah, yeah. And then as far as the flipping goes, what kind of advice would you give to someone with the unexpected things that come up? You might have a supply chain delay, you might have a shortage of labor. So many things can derail a project, right?
So the first thing I would do, if that's something I would do, I would partner up. And when I don't say partner up, I mean tag along with someone who is an experienced flipper. Go out to become their best friend. Do some legwork for them, do whatever. Try and find them homes, but go out to their actual property with anybody. The most critical thing is knowing what the costs are, knowing what the costs of windows are, what roofs are. I'm not a handy guy. Knowing what the costs are. I've worked with the same contractor now for 14 years. So the key thing is, if you're new, going and partnering up with someone, watching what they do, get your hands dirty, and do it with them. Either one or two jobs. They'll be glad. I'd be glad to help anybody or train anybody for it as well, because who knows down the line when they may present an opportunity to me, or I may have too much going on and I can present it to them. So that would, for me, I only wish I had that opportunity to do that. I kind of learned the hard way. I had other partners going into it that I no longer have today, but I learned a lot. in a short amount of time.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yeah. Yeah, Patrick, are you seeing any trends in the market and are you leveraging them to stay ahead?
You have to. You have to become creative. Like even with costumes and whatnot, I know it sounds kind of silly, but you've got to stand out from the crowd, right? You got to get your name out there. With the national franchise, I had to buy houses all over the state and whatnot. It was just the way it was. Today, I don't. I'm my own. I can pick and choose where I want. So I'm picking local and I'm staying local. So I'm talking to local attorneys. I'm talking to local business people. The trends are today is I'm doing my own marketing. I'm driving for dollars, right? I'm not relying on AI or any of that stuff. I'm physically driving around neighborhoods looking for properties that are in distress, and I'm doing my own mailers. I'm knocking on the doors, and I'm more of a boutique rather than a national. What I see a lot of happening, here's a trend that's happening today. And there's big companies out there going into uh, folks' homes and they're tying them up and they're tracks and assigning those contracts. They're leaving people sometimes. They're kind of leaving them in the dust that they don't get a buyer for their property. And with my business, I'm not doing that. If I make you a deal and I make you a price and I say we're closing on 30 days, that's what I'm doing. So I'm keeping it real and providing good service. So that's the trend that I'm creating for myself and locally.
I love that. With all your expertise in real estate, I have I have to ask. Every every person that I talk to typically has a moment where a deal went sideways and you had to pivot quickly and change your plans. Do you have a moment like that that you can share, Patrick?
I certainly do. And it's not that long ago. I had a property that took me quite some time to uh, renovate, permits, one thing and another, and there was an issue with the water line. You had to put a new septic in, and that was fine and dandy. And then I had to, they says, in order for me, and this was a first, in order for me to pass that septic, they wanted me to put in a new water line. And there was a homeowners association uh, that was very tight and very anal, probably had people on the board that shouldn't have been there, and they were not people friendly. So what should have been a 4 month flip turned out to be 10 months. So I eventually, and I put it on the market and I put it on the winter, I put it on during the winter months.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
And it was just kind of one of those things where all of a sudden, because the market changes as much as people think every year, every 3 months, there's something happens on the news, a rate goes up or something happens and it kind of freezes. So that happened with me with this particular one. and I put it on at a great price, thinking I'm going to get this sold quickly. Well, it didn't. There was a couple of buyers that walked away from a home inspection for small reasons. I think buyer's remorse. So I took it off the market for 2 months and relisted it so it would show up new on MLS. And it was the springtime, got the water line in, got all that stuff done, had a buyer for it. Bing, bang, boom. The night before closing, the agent called me up and says, Patrick, I hate to tell you this, but my buyers aren't showing up tomorrow at the closing table. And I was like, what do you mean? They're going to lose their deposit, right? 30, they go, they're not showing up. And I was like, I can't take this because I'm losing money on this property at this time, if it went any further. So what do I need to do? So rather than getting all hot and flustered and yelling at the other agent and yelling at the attorneys and at the other people, I go, I don't want to keep the property. I want to move it. What can I do? So I was very simpler. I went back and I did ask, I go, what's the reason? They go, well, the rates seem a little bit high. I says, I'll tell you what, I know we're supposed to close tomorrow. I go, what if I give them another $5,000 off the price and buy the rate down for them with another mortgage broker? Would they be willing to do that? It's another 5,000 off the price. I haven't insulted them. I haven't gone rah, rah, rah. I'm going to sue you, blah, blah, blah. It worked. The mortgage broker on the other side was like, I can get their rate down by another half a point, which brought their mortgage payment down from 4,000 to, I think it was something like 3,200 or 3,500 for them. For them, whatever way it worked, to connect it with them and save the deal. Again, rather than honey attracts, you catch more bees with honey than vinegar. So trying to keep people together is key, and that's where the people skills came into it, and it worked. They were happy, I was happy, and we all moved on.
Yeah, wow. That's an incredible story. How has that experience shaped the way that you approach future deals in business now?
Well, in real estate, they'll always say that until that check is cleared through the bank, there's no real deal has taken place. So every deal presents itself with a different set of, you can call it opportunities, you can also call it failures. So for me, I like to dot the I's and cross the T's. So in deals moving forward, you can't, someone could, I mean, that's a tough question to answer. But for a lot of it is you try and dot the I's and cross the T's before anything like that there would take place. That was a total curveball. So I had no control over that, but I did save it. Let's say were one of my weaknesses, I think we were talking about at the beginning of our conversation, is I want to dig deeper now. I do dig deeper now in asking questions up front so that these things may not happen. You can't change everything, but the more questions you ask, the more you dig deeper. Having the right attorney, making it a rock solid deal is what you got to do.
Yeah, and just thinking about what you were saying before, when you completely changed your plans, you basically had to rely on your community and connections to make that happen. Patrick, what kind of advice would you give to people who are networking in real estate? How can they grow those relationships, get the relationships that they need to be a game changer, just like you with that deal?
Sure. So I would say, I told you back in 2005 I was the Michael Phelps for wrong time to open up a business. But the one smart thing I did do was I started a networking group, and any agent who's coming into the business, it's a key thing to do. So it was like a BNI group, Business Network International, but without all the swearing in. I started it off, there was myself in 2006, a real estate attorney, a financial planner, and an insurance guy. And there was four of us, and we met in September of 2006. And the group is still going strong to this day, 20 years later. It's called the Greater Boston business network, and there's 14 people in the group today. Sometimes in the group there was as high as 22 people, and sometimes as low as 8. But from that group alone, from referrals, I get 8 to 10 referrals per year for 1 hour a week. So that in my business, a deal is $10,000 a deal. So let's say a third of my business comes from my referral network group. And I would say for any agent to go out there and do it, it's not that hard to do. Especially, the key people are who is hairdressers. Get a hairdresser in the group. They know where everybody. Get a florist. I have a whole list and be happy to share that with anybody. A lot of my business goes through my mortgage broker, my real estate attorney, and insurance guy, and CPA. So these are they're a great source of recommendations for you at the beginning too. So coming into the real estate new, this is a key thing to do. Key.
Totally agree. Patrick, what's the next big move that you're focused on? Are you looking to expand in new markets, take on larger projects, or something else?
Believe it or not, and you're going to laugh at this here, maybe not. I'm going to start doing podcasting. I was on a podcast, and I'll go the reason behind it. I was on a podcast yesterday by a local. I wanted to keep everything local. And I was on a podcast yesterday with a local stager in my area. And I looked at the setup, and I looked at it, and I go, wow, I like this here. It seemed kind of easy. I'm good with people. I like to talk, blah, blah, blah. I go, I am really going to start my own podcasting, local. So before I was searching, I told you I go to bed with the a book, a piece of paper. So I tried every domain there was last night again to on GoDaddy. And half an hour before I was talking with you, I got my domain name. And it is, I had it done. It was so quickly I got it. It's yourlocalguymakesithappen.com because I want to stay local. And my tagline is going to be my logo and whatnot. Let's make it happen. And I am going to start that. I'm going to start inviting people in and whatnot because I'll tell you, I was at open houses and there's different demographics and whatnot in the business. I want to stay local. I want to be more on social media. I want to be more out there. Forget about all this AI crap. I mean, it's great and all the rest, and I've invested in it for leads. But if I get one more call myself with hello, hello, and then hang up, I go, I just want to let me get in front of people like yourself, like Mike Hambright, who I've known Mike for many years, and be local and provide good content and get the local people on, like my networking group, the insurance guys, the mortgage guys, the attorneys, and all the rest, and have a weekly presentation every week. That is going to be, in my opinion, one great. It'll train me to remember I said my weakness, asking questions. Now I'll ask the important questions. One, I think it'll help me in the podcasting, and two, I think it'll help me in my business. So that is, and that just came out of there because I just see the real estate business changing before my eyes. It's not the days of Erika, give Jim Smith a call down the street or Bob Black or whoever it is, give them a call, and those days are over. You got to be on social media. You got to be top of mind. You got to be thinking outside the box. And you really got to, at the end of the day, who's going to give you that? People, local people, because why would I take on business that's 2 hours away? Doesn't make any sense, right? So that's going to be my, and I'm actually, as much as I was excited about this logo, I'm actually very excited about this as well.
Awesome. Patrick, before we wrap up, if someone wants to connect with you, learn more about your work, maybe even collaborate on a project, what's the best way for them to reach you?
They can call me at Patrick or go to Patrick at ibuyhouses.com. My number is 781 400 00 0803. They can also contact me at pato@kw.com and 617-821-2447. They can go to yourhomeexpert.com, yourhomeexpert.com, and look me up there. And that was another, if I had to buy that domain name for yourhomeexpert.com, it was $1 million. I used yourhomeexpert.com. So just think outside the box, folks, and I look forward to chatting with you. But I want to thank you and Investor Fuel for inviting me on the show.
Oh, yeah, Patrick, thanks so much for sharing your story and your insights today. It's really awesome to see your love for local. We have a lot of listeners that really try to plug into their community, give back. They want to change, what's going on in their area. So we just love what you're doing.
Thank you very much, Erika, and thanks again.
For those of you tuning in, if you got value from this episode, make sure that you're subscribed to the Real Estate Pro Show. We've got more conversations like this one coming up with operators like Patrick who are out there building incredible real estate empires. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.